Looking to simplify your business finances? Xero makes accounting easy, from invoicing to bank reconciliation and everything in between. In this video, I'll walk you through how to get started with Xero and manage your accounts like a pro. Once you log into your account, this kind of dashboard will open, and like here you will see key points such as business bank account. This is summary boxes you have such as bills you need to pay, invoices owed to you, account watch list, and so on. So let's say you wanna edit this dashboard. For that you have the option to edit dashboard. If I click on that, I'll be able to move these boxes all around. For that you have this option here. Just hold your left click and just move it around. So similarly, I want the last box at the top. You can just go there, hold the left click and just drag and drop here. Okay, and also if you don't want to see a particular box onto your dashboard, for that you have this box, just uncheck this and that particular section will be gone from your dashboard. Once you're satisfied with the changes, just click on save changes and your changes will be get updated here. Now if you look at the top bar, here you have your company name. Just next to that, here you have dashboard, then business, accounting, projects, contacts, then this button is for create. Here you can search, this icon is for notifications. Here you can go for help. This option is to add apps to your Xero account. Then here you have the option for profile, like here you can update your profile. At the first we're gonna explore these options, so just expand this drop down. Here you have option for files. Right here you can upload and view your important files. If we click on settings, you'll able to open the organization settings. So this is divided into two parts, general and feature. So if we click on organization details on this column, you will be able to fill basic information such as display name. If I click on change logo, they'll allow me to choose the picture which I wanna use as a logo. Under that we have the option for display name, so whichever name you wanna put on your display, just type that right there. Then this is for legal name. If you wanna put industry, if you wanna choose the business structure, business registration number, all that kind of stuff, you can just fill it here. Under that you can fill your contact information such as mailing address, physical address, telephone. Once you put all of your information, just click on save here and your changes would be saved. Underneath we have the option for users. If we click on that, you'll be able to see that all of the users which are currently in your list are able to access your profile. If you wanna add people, for that you need to click on invite a user. Then just right here you can enter their first name, last name, enter their email address. You can check these boxes according to like what permissions you want to give them, and once you fill all this information, just click on send invite, and once they accept it, you will be able to see all of their names right here, and from here you can just manage their accesses and all that kind of stuff. Now if you go to login history, you will see that when people log into your account, when you log into your account, underneath of users you have the option for currencies. If we click on that, here you will able to add the currency which you wanna add. Let's click on add currency. The currency which I wanna add is this one, Australian dollar. I can just select that, and just here we need to click on add currency, and yep, the currency is successfully added. Moving on to next function which we have here, connected apps, and by using this you can add third-party applications to your account. So what you need to do for that, just search the name of application, and also you can export that into popular app section. So for the sake of this video, let's say I search your Stripe. So this kind of results will pop up if you search a particular name for an application. So whichever app you wanna install, just select that and you can just install that to your account. Next you have option for subscription and billing. By using this option you can change plan and update your credit card details. Well, this was about general column, and if we go to features column, at the top we have invoice settings, and right here you can add your payment details, as well as you can add your payment terms so that your customers know when and where to pay you. Click on new branding theme in order to create your own invoice template from scratch, and also you can just edit this current template to save your time. If you click on preview, you will able to see that how your invoice will look like to people if they are opening that on their mobile or desktop. If you want to give your customers more ways to pay you, for that you have the option for payment services just right here, and here you can add payment details. If you scroll here, you have option for add other. So here you can select PayPal, Stripe, or you can put custom payment URL. It's up to you. In the email settings, you can tailor the emails which you send out from Xero, And also if you wanna connect to other Xero users, for that you have the option for 0 to 0. So by using this option you can connect with other Xero users in order to automate invoices and bills. Next, custom contact links allow you to create shortcuts for your favorite Xero contacts. Alright guys, this is all about organization settings which we explore from settings option. Now next we have the option for subscription and billing which we have explored right here. Under that you'll be able to see your company name. If you wanna add more organization you can click on that. Next we have expense claims and analytics plus, which gives you financial metrics and short-term cash flow projections. Next we have hub doc, which is used in manual bookkeeping tasks such as entering bills and receipts. If you click on this option my Xero, you'll be able to see the summary of organizations and your subscription. You can manage that here, like subscription cancellation and changing the billing info. So that was about organization settings. If you wanna create invoice bills, that for that you have this plus icon. If you click on that, you can create invoice, bill, contacts and so on. So just for instance, if you click on invoice, creating an invoice is so simple. Just here in the contact you need to type the name of your contact, then here you can like enter issue date, due date, all this information. Then here you need to type the item name, so this is in my case. Then you need to fill your description, quantity, price, then pick the account that the sale should recorded in. So once you do that, here you can choose the tax rate, you can assign the sale to project, and yep, that's it. Now you can just click on approve and email to get the preview and send it to someone, whomever you want to send it. So this is the preview of invoice. Here you can enter your customer name and just send this invoice via email by clicking on this send email button. Next, if we click on plus button, here we have the option for bill. So if someone has sent you an invoice and you want to create a bill, then here you just need to enter the name, then choose the date, choose the due date as well. Then here you need to enter the reference. You can choose the item, like which is the liability which you owe. So this is in my case, you can just select that. Description, you can enter, set the quantity, enter the price, then choose the account and just click on approve. So this would be recorded in bills to pay. Let's see what else you can create by create button. So you can create contact, code as well as purchase order. You can use to record spend money for cash payment, receive money for cash receipt, transfer money for bank transfers. You can use these three during bank reconciliation. By using the search function, you can search for contacts and transactions. Here in the notification, you can get all notification regarding updates as well as deadlines. If you want to turn this off, just go to settings and just turn off this function right here is for search support articles. Then this is used for getting apps onto your account. You can add plugins and all that kind of stuff. This is for your profile, like if you wanna edit your profile, upload your profile picture, that can be done by using this tool. And also you can go to your account settings. Alright, it's time for us to go to business menu, and this is exactly where you're gonna spend a lot of time. It basically holds all your core day-to-day business functions. Right at the top you have got short-term cash flow. This gives you a quick look at your expected cash in and out over the next 7 to 30 days. Super useful for planning ahead and making sure you're not caught off guard. Then we have got business snapshot. Think of this as high level dashboard. It gives you a visual overview of how your business is performing, revenue, expenses, profit. It's all here at glance. Underneath you have invoices. This is where you create and manage invoices for your customers. You can track what's been sent, what's been overdue and what's been paid. And just under that there's a online payments. This is where you connect payment services like Stripe or PayPal, so your customers can pay you directly online. After that comes codes. If you send out estimate before invoicing, this is where you build and track them. You can convert a code straight into an invoice with one click. And then here you have sales overview. This gives you a breakdown of all your sales activity, what's been quoted, invoiced and paid. It helps you to stay on top of your revenue pipeline. Moving on, we got bills to pay. This section helps you to manage your outgoing payments, who you owe, how much and when it's due. Right below that there's a purchase orders. If you order stock or services from suppliers, this is where you create and manage those orders. Then there's the purchase overview. It's like the sales overview but for what you're buying. gives you insights into your purchasing habits and upcoming obligations. Next is expense claims. If your team or you personally need to claim back any business expenses, this is where you do it. Now on to products and services. This is your item list. Everything you sell, whether it's products, services, or both. You can manage pricing, descriptions, and inventory tracking here. And finally, this is the last option you have, pay run. If you're doing payroll through this system, this is where you run employee pay, all automated with tax and deductions handled for you. So that's a quick walkthrough of business menu. Each of these sections plays a big role in managing your day-to-day operations. Alright, now let's look at the accounting menu. This one's more about numbers behind your business, where everything gets tracked, reconciled, and reported. There are three key sections here. First up, bank accounts. This is where you link your business bank accounts and credit cards. Once connected, transactions automatically flow into the system, and from here you can reconcile them, meaning match what's coming in and out of your bank to your records in the software. It keeps everything accurate and up to date. You can also manage bank feeds, import statements manually, and monitor your bank balance compared to what's recorded in your books. Next, we have got reports. This section is packed with different types of financial reports, everything from your profit and loss and balance sheet to GST, age receivables, age payables, and more. Whether you want to track performance, prepare for tax time, or give your accountant the numbers they need, this is where you'll go. Also, you can customize reports, filter by dates, accounts, or tracking categories, and export them as PDFs or spreadsheets. And finally, there's advanced. This is where the more technical accounting tools live. Things like manual journals, chart of accountants, fixed assets, and tracking categories. If you're working closely with bookkeeper or accountant, they're likely to use this section to fine tune how everything is set up behind the scenes. For example, you can add custom accounts, manage how transactions are categorized, or track assets like equipment or vehicles over time. So that wraps up the accounting menu. It's all about making sure your financials are accurate, compliant, and ready to report when needed. Next, we have projects menu here, and projects can be used to track time and cost by job. If you click on all projects, you will be see all of your projects on your account, and right there you can just check the completion of that. Now if you go to next menu, we have contacts here, and if you click on all contacts, you will be see all of the contacts which you owe or they owe. It would be just right here. So you can just open your contacts, you can go to customers, suppliers, all of them would be listed here. If you want to create contact, for that you have the option to create new contact, and right here you can just fill the information, and that's how you can add contacts here. And yeah guys, this is pretty much of it. I hope you might have learned how to use Xero Accounting Software. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like, consider subscribing my YouTube channel. I'll meet you in the next one. Bye bye.